What is the system that you cracked?
So when I started really learn about bills and learn about contracts and things like that, there is no law that says that we have to have a credit score, all right? But there is a law that says there is credit. And
No question about it.
This is why I learned how Rothschilds got so big.
Of course.
Okay, sir, you've been approved, but we can only give you partial. We're gonna need you to do a down payment. That's the game.
The God.
Have no fear, Mr. Organik is here, and we back in the building with another one-on-one individual. We only have those in this studio, and today we definitely do. We got a contract builder, we got a financial guru, Mansa Mahatha. Talk to me, champ.
Shout out to everybody that's been tapping in with me. I'm Mansa Mahatha family. I'm the founder of Hood Consumer Advisor. Hood's acronym for helping ourselves overcome debt.
Yep.
I basically show people how to claim interest, claim equity in their mortgages, their car contracts, leases. Yeah, so that's what we're getting into today, y'all. I got a lot of information for y'all that I want to kind of deliver for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Like, this guy hit me up, man, and like I seen his page when he did hit me up, and I'm like so intrigued about what he does and how he breaks it down. And then he contacted me. We had a conversation, and it blew my mind. I was like, nah, it's bigger than me to have this information. My people need this. You know what I mean? You got a whole different type of, you know what I'm saying, like critique of the whole financial system. And you got so many hacks that most people would never even imagine that you have cracked the code to. So we definitely need to get some understanding to the people, man. So, yeah, and before we even turn on the camera, man, you were just giving me my props from how you started watching my content. I super appreciate that. Because once again, I'm here to provide these services to people in my unconventional ways, but the real understand, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. And I want to say I appreciate you, man, because, again, I was watching you for a while, man, just how different you was. It was like, so when the name Organik, man, you know, that's
that was
like,
a good one. I got that one, didn't I?
next level. So when I say, I'm like, man, this dude on another level, man. But
Yeah.
I was young at the time. I didn't have my finances in order, didn't have really my life in order. You know what I'm saying? So just trying to pay attention to guys that's before me, guys that's making the way. So I definitely want to say I appreciate you, man, for sure.
No question about it, man. I marketed myself like I said. I paid attention to marketing and branding, from superheroes to wrestling to Mr. T. Brodman. I paid attention to the things that really motivated me, inspired me, but I still caught those messages. So it's like, how can I give it to my people? And me being a person that love to be healthy and love money, I was like, you know, how I'm gonna be the superhero for health and wealth for my people.
For sure.
And I was like, I'm organic. And that's my shit. That's my word right there. Like, no one really stamped that organic like that. And mind you, this is 10, 12 years ago when I first came up with the name. Now everything is organic. Everybody want to be real. And I mean, all the food, I'm like, I was already onto this. So, like, by the time I hit my stride, I already had my shit in lock. So I'm glad you picked up on that, because to get the information to a person like you with your mindset is what it's all about. Because what you introducing to people is something I never would have thought of, and that's what it's about. It's about sparking that interest and sparking that thought into a legendary individual like yourself. So let's get right into it, bro. Like, what is the system that you cracked?
So I would say I started to remember. I don't want to say I cracked it, because it's something that's always been around, something that's always been in us, and that's like I would say consciousness, a level of consciousness. So not get too deep, but just keep it on business. So when I started really learn about bills and learn about contracts and things like that, I first started working on my credit score, which everybody does. You know, everybody
got to move there first.
Got to. So, but on my journey of learning about credit score, I learned, like, wait a minute, there is no law that says anything about a credit score. So I literally started with that. There is no law that says that we have to have a credit score. All right, but there is a law that says there is credit.
Right.
There is a right to credit. All right, so basically building on that, understanding in every single contract we sign, no matter if it's a lease, mortgage, car contract, student loan, child support, you name it.
Right.
All right. Anything you use with your social, all right, it literally created a security interest. Wow. All right. So with that security interest, again, I didn't know, I've probably been in this for about 5 years now. But so when I first learned this, I really couldn't piece it together. I couldn't articulate how I'm doing now.
Yeah.
All right. But at the time, I would read my car contract that says, you give us a security interest. Now, everybody that's watching, when you get home, or if you home now, pull that contract out. It's literally going to say, you give us a security interest. So understanding that, I'm like, okay, that means I gave them something.
Right.
All right. They're literally telling me I give them a security interest.
Yes.
So by the time I started learning about security interest, I started saying, wait a minute. if they can benefit from the security interest, and I'm the one that originally gave it to them, why can't I benefit from it?
Smart.
You see what I'm saying? So while they're saying you owe this, I simply ask them, okay, I gave y'all a security interest. That makes me the investor.
Right.
A lot of us don't know when we go into these contracts, we think that we're the borrowers. Or a lot of us think that when we go get that car loan, when we go get that mortgage, a lot of us think, okay, I owe the banks now. Now I got to pay them every single month on the first.
Facts.
Not understanding that that bill is actually a dividend coming from the bank to pay you back. Because again, you're the investor. You walked into their establishment,
Right.
said, hey, I want to apply for this car right here. I like this car right here. Here's my application. Here's my government first name, government last name, government social.
Right.
That right there is giving them access to your estate. All right. Everybody right now, if you have a birth certificate, you are in control of an estate once you understand what's going on. Okay. So I start understanding this and seeing like, okay, let me focus on the security interest, because there's a lot of people out here that's teaching things a part of this, you know.
Right.
But some people can't put it together. Some people can. They don't want to kind of give the information back. But once I started putting together, I seen, okay, the security interest is what I can leverage. All right. Now, if they don't allow me to use my security interest, let's say, which they always going to do.
Right.
All right. As soon as I come forth and say I want to claim my security interest in this car contract, they're going to say, no, sir, that's wrong. You owe us. We don't owe you anything. What are you talking about, sir? Of course they're going to say this, because they've been doing business wrong for so long that they think it's right.
Yep.
All right, that's another thing I had to learn. So before I get on the phone and cuss them out, argue with them, I got to remember they're just at work trying to make a paycheck to go home. They don't really know this information.
They don't even know you going to help them out with the conversation.
And if they did know this, they wouldn't be on the other line.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So as I'm seeing this, I literally learning as I'm going. I got literally experience. You was the first man I ever said one of them ones.
From the seed.
I ain't never heard nobody say that like years ago. You said, I'm one of them ones. I said, damn.
It's right behind you.
Never...
You see the logo behind you? You one of the ones. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
For sure.
So I see that the security interest can be leveraged.
Yeah.
All right. Now, let me give y'all a scenario so we can kind of understand how this
Break
goes.
it all the way down.
All right.
These people need this,
For
man.
sure. Let's say my name is Steve Tim. All right.
Okay.
Steve Tim. All right. He needs a house. All right. He's looking at a house at $3.5 million. Okay, now he sees the house on Zillow or whatever website. All right, he sees the house, and then he goes to apply for the home.
Right.
I'm going to give my first name, my last name, and my social. All right, after I submit, hear the verbiage. All right, I submit an application, meaning I'm giving them something of value. A lot of us don't know that application is value. It has value attached to it. Why? Because if you read the Federal Reserve, Section 16, Part 1, it specifically tells you all applications are received by national banks and member banks.
What's that number again so they get got down?
It's Federal Reserve, Section 16, Part 1. All right, literally talks about application. Application are receivable by all national and member banks. Now, what does that mean? Let me break it down in a layman's form. All right, meaning every single bank that you give your application to, it's received. Meaning it can't be denied. How many of us have got denied before?
All the time.
You see what I'm saying? So they always say, well, your credit score is not high enough. Your debt to income ratio is too high. All right, because we don't understand how to come forth and claim the security interest we gave.
That security interest.
That's important, because understanding that is basically it's a paper trail.
Right.
All right, the security interest is started with what? The application. So if I give them an application, but I don't not only just give them the application, I give them instructions with the application.
Of course.
I let them know, hey, I'm giving you this application. This house is $2.5 million. I want you to go ahead and tender the payment utilizing my security interest to cover all obligations by me. I'm going to say that one more time.
Because they got to know now.
They got to
like
know.
I said, I didn't talk to him.
They
so
got to
I'm
know.
giving y'all this game. He broke it down to me, so we breaking it down to y'all. You know what I mean?
All right, so basically what I'm going to instruct them to do with my application, because I'm following the law. I'm not making this up. This is not something I just put together.
It's all by the law.
I'm following the rules and regulations. All right, so again, Federal Reserve, Section 16, Part 1, specifically says, all right, that all applications are received by national and member banks and Federal Reserve banks, meaning all banks.
All of them.
Meaning the word deny is not in there. All right, if y'all see the word deny, inbox me and I will cash app you $1,000.
Come on now.
All right. If you see the word deny in Federal Reserve Section 16, Part 1, you're only going to see the word received.
Okay.
Meaning they received something.
Yeah.
All right. So now lets me know. All right. Because again, I used to trap, so I kind of understand. I started looking at the banking system like that. All right. So let me break it down.
Break it down.
All right. If I have some runners, all right, and I want to front them some work or something like that. All right, don't I expect an interest? Don't I expect a payback?
Got to have that.
Got to.
Mandatory.
All right? Now imagine going to a runner and giving them whatever. All right, giving them, so it ain't got to be trapping. It can be clothing, anything.
Yeah,
you just front somebody
organic
something.
clothing, man.
All right, exactly. Hard, by the way, too.
Appreciate. I got one for you too, man. Speaking of that, man, I got a
need
t-shirt for you. I saw the blue Corvette you got.
Yeah, I got it.
Got a nice t-shirt for you, man. One of them ones, man.
I got you. All right, so understand the security interest.
Yep.
All right, so I'm already letting the banks know that I know that they received my application. All right, now I have to understand the paper trail. Where did the application go? A lot of people don't understand where the application goes after they submit it. Why? Because we sit back and wait on the what? Approval or denial.
That's it.
And that's the issue. We're babies. It's called being uninformed.
Very.
Uninformed, because if we give them something, because if I'm fronting work to runners, you think I'm gonna send them something and not ever ask for it back?
I'm gonna need that.
Man, I need that.
ASAP too,
All
type,
right?
really.
So when I understood the banks are borrowers, and again, these are not my own words, 12 USC 1431.
Remember those numbers,
I'm
people.
gonna say it again.
Give it to
12 USC 1431. It talks about powers and duties of the banks. Their number one power and duty is to borrow, family. They're borrowing. And again, y'all gonna see that for yourselves. 12 USC
They borrowing
1431. Exactly. So the next question would be, what are they borrowing?
Right.
All right. So when you ask people these kind of questions in finance, what do banks borrow? They say, oh, yeah, they're borrowing from investors. Then you ask, well, who are the investors? Right. Oh, they're borrowing it from the government. Well, who is the government?
Yeah.
Because didn't I give them my government name?
Yeah. Let's keep breaking down every molecule of this shit.
Exactly.
You know
so I'm giving them my government name.
Right.
I'm investing in their corporation because I didn't have to go to Wells Fargo.
No.
I could have went to Chase.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go to Chase. I could have went to Bank of America.
Any one of them.
I didn't got to go to Bank of America. I could have went to a credit union.
Can't forget those.
All right. Now, let me make a correction. All right, before I continue with credit unions, because it's a little different.
A little different than them guys.
They are not under the Federal Reserve Act. Okay?
They move a little different, too.
They're under the NCUA.
Okay.
Okay? Now, when y'all look up the NCUA, it's going to be the same thing like the Federal Reserve, but if you try to sue them under the Federal Reserve Act, you're basically going to get your case thrown out for lack of jurisdiction.
Okay.
All right, so you have to know that piece. All right, so I'm gonna stick it on national banks and member banks.
Okay.
All right, now for
sure.
those that got credit unions, all right, I got some information for
We'll
you.
get that later.
All right,
yeah.
we'll get that later. But talking about national banks, understand the Federal Reserve, Section 16, Part 1 states that all applications are received. Now that I know this as an investor, I know that I'm giving them a security collateral. We don't know what the security collateral is. We think the security collateral is the car.
Right.
We think the security collateral is the house. It's not. It's the account. All right, who opened the account? All right, do this, y'all. When y'all go home or when you get the time, call your banks and ask them who are the account owners.
Right.
They're going to say you.
Of course.
And then ask them this, who is the account managers? They're going to say we are.
Yeah.
All right, they'll say, okay, thank you for making that correction. All right, cool. Now they have literally let you know that you are the owner. All right, so now if I'm the owner
Right.
and I made an original investment, why wouldn't I be able to pull from that original investment? Pondering, all right? Because now we're talking about misrepresentation by the banks. Because the banks is going to say, well, we're the creditors, sir. No, you owe us until you pay off this loan.
That's what they would tell you.
That's going to tell you. And that's what a lot of people is going to hear and say, okay, let me go get a job and pay off this loan.
Let me hurry up, yeah.
That's not what we're supposed to be doing. The banks are the borrowers. Remember, 12 USC 1431.
Federal Reserve.
Exactly. The Federal Reserve, Section 16, Part 1, talks about application.
Okay.
12 USC 1431 talks about the banks.
Bang, bang.
See, it's called understand the difference because the bank's going to say, no, we're not the borrowers, we're the creditors.
Yeah.
We're the lenders.
Of course.
All right, you're the lender, but you are not the one that originally gave me something. Because now if I press the issue on the bank and say, okay, show me where you gave me $2.5 million.
Right.
How is they going to show that ledger? Where are they going to get it from? Guess where they got it from?
Where they get it from?
The Federal Reserve. All right, so let me break it down. Remember, we gave our application to the bank, right?
We gave it to the bank.
Now the bank got it.
Holding it.
They hold it. Now
Tight
they give it to the CFO. The CFO stands for Chief Financial Officer.
Yeah.
That's the Chief Financial Officer of the Finance Department. All right, they're also labeled as the Federal Reserve Agent. All right, so they don't work for the Federal Reserve, but they're called Federal Reserve agents because they're CFOs of national banks.
Right.
Why? Because they receive collaterals and they take it to the Federal Reserve Bank and cash them in, or I should say monetize off of them.
Right.
Transfer. All right, so let me go ahead and start from the beginning. So we give the application, the banks receive it, the banks turn around and go to the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve then takes that application and gives the bank the Federal Reserve notes that they're asking for. That's where they get the money, family.
So you think the money is already sitting there, but they going to grab the money that you asked for from out of your securities.
Guess where the Federal Reserve is getting it from? For
So they
our
getting it on
estate.
your name.
Exactly. That's why we're the original correct. That's why I'm trying to tell folks, like, listen, you're not supposed to be paying bills. Now, I'm not telling y'all to just stop paying your bills now. All right?
There's
keep
a way to go
paying
about
your
it.
bill. Yeah.
You gotta listen to my dog,
Woo-wee.
man.
Hey, keep paying your bills, fam. This is something you have to learn. This is something that you're going to have to learn how to execute. This is not something you can just hear and say, well, I ain't about to pay my bills.
Right.
All right? Because these banks not paying. I mean, these banks aren't playing.
At all.
All right? These landlords aren't playing. These
At
car
all.
dealerships aren't playing.
They
and
coming for you.
these courts aren't playing either. They not just give you something because you sound right. It's not
Right.
horse.
Yeah.
In court, you got to be right.
For sure.
All right? So understanding this, all right, I'm giving my application to the to the National Bank. They're taken to the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve then is extending that Federal Reserve notes to that bank. That bank comes back to me and say, okay, sir, you've been approved, but we can only give you partial. We're going to need you to do a down payment. That's the game, family.
That is the game.
All right, like meaning that's their game, meaning that's their first punch. And most people hear that and say, okay, let me go get this down payment down.
Right.
Let me go put this down. I get the house. Okay, cool. Let me. And the whole time they already got your money. They're holding it behind their back.
Man, that's kind of real shit because I did that. I do that with all the car dealerships. When I get a car, I ain't giving you nothing down. I tell them I don't want the car. I ain't give you nothing, and they'll fight. When they realize I done had all these cars already, they be like, "Okay, man, you can get
Exactly.
it." I be like, "Why y'all ask me for the money in the beginning for then?"
Now imagine if somebody didn't have that resume.
They gonna run you
Man,
down.
what? They be like, okay, well, bye, sir.
They gonna spin. Yeah, they gonna spin.
You know what I'm saying? And that right there is what we call unjust enrichment. Meaning you just got money from my investment,
Right.
and you're not letting me benefit from it. That's like me fronting work, and then the workers turning around to me and asking for more work without paying me from the original work. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's what's going on. Because if I invested in this bank, all right, if it's $2.5 million, let's say the house, $2.5 million.
Yes.
I gave you an application that was worth $2.5 million because this is where Part 2 of the Federal Reserve come in. So Federal Reserve Section 16 Part 2 talks about, all right, in no event, this is at the bottom of Part 2, by the way.
Motherfuckers don't never read none of
Yeah,
this
they
shit,
don't
but
read. You
that's
got to
what
read
I
this,
got you,
family.
yeah.
All right, so it says, in no event shall the security collateral be less than the Federal Reserve notes applied for. I'm going to say that one more time. In no event shall the security collateral be less than the Federal Reserve notes applied for. So meaning that they're basically saying as soon as you apply for $2.5 million, you're supposed to get $2.5 million.
Right.
You're not supposed to get 1.5. You're not supposed to get partially approved.
Off the rip.
They already got the full amount. Why are they partially paying it to you and then making you pay it back?
Right.
All right. Now again, I don't blame the banks.
It's the cold move.
Yeah, it's a cold move.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm looking at like so many people don't read their contract. You can literally take your contract home, but a lot of us, like myself before I knew this,
Of course.
you know, I'm just rushing by and just signing to get the keys
Couldn't
so I
wait.
can put it on Snapchat. Thank you,
Look
God.
what I done balled it. Look what I
Thank
did.
you. You know, I'm trying to call my mama.
They
and say,
laughing back
"Man,
there.
what?"
Oh, we got another one.
Man. Oh my goodness.
That's
Think
facts.
about leases. As soon as somebody get an apartment, they put the loan. And again, we're not talking down nobody's, you know.
No, it's game. You just
it's
didn't know.
game.
It's business.
Exactly. Because a lot of us is in survival mode. We get that
Facts.
place and now we like, oh my God, my baby need this place. Thank you, God. And the whole time you didn't even read the contract. That's not God. You know what I'm saying? God's children aren't uninformed. You see what
Shame.
I'm saying? So understanding this, you can't be uninformed with this. Like you can't be emotional because the banks don't care if your grandma died last week, they coming for her house.
Oh, no question.
All right. And if your grandma's house isn't in a trust or nothing like that, it's going up in probate.
Gone.
It's gone. You know what I'm saying? So understanding how to claim security interest, it goes a long way. All right, because if we don't say things to the bank, they're not gonna change their game, family. All right, y'all. 15 USC 1605 talks about a finance charge. You ever seen on a car contract the APR rate?
Of course.
All right, so that's that box. That 5 box is called the finance charge box.
Yes.
All right, so that very first box you see is APR rate, annual percentage rate. All right, that's basically the interest, right? All right, now, remember we talked about 12 U.S.C. 1431, which is powers of the banks. All right, they are to borrow and to pay interest. So that APR rate that we see on our car contracts, our mortgages, we thinking we're supposed to pay that. That's why a lot of us want a low APR.
Of course, you want the lowest.
Exactly, because we don't want to pay so much. Whole time, we're not even supposed to be paying the APR.
Ain't that a bitch?
So we're literally saving the bank's money by having a lower APR rate. But the only way to have a lower APR rate is what? To have a high credit score.
Right.
You see how it's almost non-beneficial to have a high credit score when you understand security interest.
Right.
All right.
This is mind-boggling, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Because the APR rate, literally, they'll tell you, hey, the 5%, 5.5 is going to be added on the total amount. So that's what you will be paying when it's all said and done.
Of course.
You can call the banks tomorrow and ask them, well, July 4th. You can call them Monday and literally ask them,
Monday.
Hey, what is the finance charge? They're going to say, well, that's the interest amount that you have to pay back to the bank.
Of course.
They're literally going to tell y'all this. All right. But when you go back and read 12 U.S.C. 1431, it's going to tell you that the banks are the borrowers and that they're supposed to pay interest.
Yes.
All right. So the APR rate. So we want a high APR rate. We want a 100% APR rate. Why is that? Because that 100% APR rate is going towards what? The estate. The bank's not getting that.
Right.
All right. Of course, the bank's gonna fight and say, no, we about to come take your house.
They're gonna say that now.
Oh, for sure. All right, for sure. All right. So now what that person has to do is stand on their security interest rights. All right. Because if they don't, the banks is gonna roll over them. They're gonna take them to court for foreclosure. They're gonna take them to court for eviction.
Right.
And these judges is so programmed to just see documents. Okay, it's just running the mill routine. All right, they're not used to people coming forth and saying, "Hey, I am gonna answer to this foreclosure." All right, I already tendered the payment. I already did my obligation. I tried to enforce my security interest, but they dishonored. So it's not me, it's them.
For sure.
So everybody that's listening, a foreclosure, an eviction, you getting your car repossessed, that's just a form of breach of contract.
Of course.
So they're basically saying you didn't pay.
That's what they're saying.
That's all they're saying. So what we have to do is say, hold on, I did pay. I performed my contractual obligations.
From the beginning with the application.
Exactly. By leveraging my security interest.
That you got from the Federal Reserve in my name.
Exactly. Now think about what they now we playing competition. Now we looking at the opponent.
Mental gymnastics.
Exactly. Like now, what are they gonna say once we get into court?
Facts.
I'm gonna tell you how I won my case.
You had a case. We gonna get to your case.
Yeah.
But let's go.
All right. So because you gotta think, what are they gonna ask me when we get in front of the judge? Like, They gonna say things like, "Sir, Your Honor, we have the contract right here. He signed it. He said he's going to pay. Your Honor, why are we here?" That's why. That's their first understanding, family, because it's true. They have a contract and they don't got to do much more but uphold the contract.
Of course.
The contract said you shall pay. But if we don't come forth and say my intent to pay was to perform, we have to know how to change the terminology because we're hearing layman terms. We have to use contractual terms.
Yes.
Pay means perform. You can't pay income on an interest account. It's impossible. That's commingling anyway. All right, you see what I'm saying? So when we're going to go to jobs and we're taking our income and paying on these interest accounts, it's not being applied to the account. It's literally taken as donations. So everybody that has been paying off their house, their car, they think they paid it off, all right, because they have the title, but they have not claimed the security interest. It's still there. So imagine paying off a car, right?
Right, you pay
and
it
you're
off.
learning this right now.
Okay, now you know.
Now you know, like, damn, how can I go get my money back?
For
you
sure.
can because there is no statute of limitations on fraud.
Oh, shit.
You see what I'm saying? Because if I come forth and say, yo, that car that I got 5 years ago that I paid off, all right, I want to come forth and claim the security interest of the original contract. You know what that's going to do?
What they're going to do?
All right, because let's say his car's $100,000.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and he paid $110,000 with interest.
Yeah.
And he learns this information, all right? He's going to take that contract and accept $100,000, meaning the original price.
Yeah.
Because after he uses the $100,000 of secure interest, he leverages it and uses it. The money that he came out of pocket is going to look like an overpayment on the books.
Of course.
All right. Now you're bringing in the IRS because if IRS audit these books, the books is going to be off balance.
Most definitely.
You see what I'm saying? Now we catching them on security fraud. We catching them on unjust enrichment. Now their books is off balance. Now we can claim the $110,000 that he came out of pocket.
I got to get the whole shebang.
Got to. Everything over $1. And where did I get that from? 15 USC 1615.
What's that again, sir?
15 USC 1615 talks about unearned interest. It literally states after a consumer prepays in full. All right, because we're not supposed to be repaying. We're supposed to do the prepayment. The prepayment was with the application. Every time we pay monthly out of our pocket, now we're repaying. You got to hear the verbiage. We're repaying something we already.
So we're
telling
repaying it.
Exactly.
Yes,
in the contract, it says you promise to repay.
It says that in there.
Exactly. And
I
we
mean,
sign
I've
it
seen
and
that
say,
before.
and we sign and say, I agree.
To repay your ass.
To repay what I've already prepaid, because we don't come forth and claim the prepayment. Because if I claim the prepayment, there is no repayment.
Of course.
You see what I'm saying? But if I don't claim the prepayment, it is a repayment. There's an obligation that needs to be done. All right. But let's say I paid off the car and I'm learning this information, or a house.
Or a house.
You got folks that's in real estate
that don't know this shit. You know, a lot of them hoes be out there selling pussy with that. I did an interview about that. You know what I mean? They definitely don't know. They but they be in real estate. They don't know this shit with full houses, businesses, all these things.
You got folks that done paid, like it's been in real estate for years, that done paid off houses on houses on houses on houses. All right, don't understand, like, hey, there's a security interest in every single house. Then a lot of people tell me, well, what if I got the house under my LLC? What if I got it under my business? All right, it's no different. Contracting is contracting.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? There's a security interest when you signed on behalf of your business.
Yeah, that's your business.
Exactly. It's going to say, let's say you had a lemonade stand. It's going to say, your lemonade stand promised to give us interest in this property. That's what it's going to say.
Goes back to you.
Exactly. So, meaning I can come forth and claim it on behalf of my business. No matter if it's my business, no matter if it's a trust, no matter if it's my all caps name, which is my estate.
Yeah.
All right. It's all business. Once we understand the basics of business, and this ain't no advanced stuff. This is literally in the law. We talking about code 1, code 2. You see what I'm saying? It's right there. You don't even got to pay for this information. Meaning somebody do it for you, of course, but literally the information I just dropped is online.
That's crazy.
Literally, it's free.
Yeah.
No, it's no pictures or nothing like that. No coloring books.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
like
saying?
that. You gotta do a little goddamn putting the words together.
Yeah.
But it's there for you. You know, you
It's
got
there.
all this chat GPT and all that. Y'all can actually put that in there, the exact, sections he's telling you. Like, it's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that. Now let's get to your case, because you saying all this and you breaking all this down, and people be like, okay, it sound good, but is it really feasible? Can this really happen? Like, come on, man. But yes, my man had a case and he won. So let's go. Start there.
All right.
What was the case about? What was
So let me tell you what brought me to Florida, because I'm not originally from Florida. So
Okay.
I came from South Carolina. So I learned this information when I was in South Carolina. I first tried this on my lease in South Carolina.
Yeah, but okay, but where did you even learn it from in the beginning? Like,
All right, so the very first person, all right, because I was trying to learn about credit. I used to do contract work around the country, forklift. All right, so you're on a forklift, you got your headphones in, you just trying to listen to podcasts, things like that.
Yeah, shout out to all my truck drivers, forklift, construction workers. I know y'all listening. Man.
Yeah, for sure. So I remember it was a guy named Umar Clark. He's the founder of the Bureau Bullies. He was the first person I heard that said, there is no law that says you have to pay a bill. So when I heard that, it's like my whole body froze, man. I was on that forklift. I'm like, what?
Because them bills how you slaved up, man.
Man, so you remember what I was telling you? We trying to remember.
Yeah.
It's like he said something that I knew, but I didn't know. So I like froze. And literally from there, I started reading the Fair Debt Collection Practice Act. Gotcha. I started reading the Fair Credit Reporting Act. All right, I started reading these things and started saying like, damn, there is no law that says we have to pay a bill with income. All right, now I went full gusto mode, meaning stop paying all my bills. I wouldn't tell people to do that now.
Yeah.
All right, because I was like, man, what? I ain't paying nothing.
I'm free. Fuck everybody.
What? So I literally started bucking on my apartment first and foremost.
Okay,
Again,
you started at the crib.
Yeah, I started with mine first in South Carolina. So when I went 9 months, I was in eviction. And again, I'm going to break it down, family, because I don't want y'all to think we're trying to get into eviction. That's not what we're doing, okay?
Yeah.
All right, but when we come forth and claim our rights, the other party, they're not rocking. So the only thing they know is, okay, they're not playing.
Because they don't know for the most part.
Exactly. They don't know that this is security.
Somebody at the top knows, but majority like landlords and the bankers, they don't.
Landlords don't know because they hire attorneys.
Of course.
You see what I'm saying? No landlord go process their own eviction paperwork. They hire a legal team. You know what I'm saying? That lets you know they really don't know the law.
Right.
No offense to them. They just trying to make some money, they trying to do the honest thing for sure. But anyway, I came. I beat eviction in South Carolina.
Okay.
Literally was in there for 8 months.
Yeah, let's break that story down.
After they gave me my eviction papers. All right, I sent them letters saying that I'm the secured party. I'm claiming my secure interest. I was doing a bunch of stuff wrong, by the way.
Of course.
Remember, this is my heyday. This is the beginning.
Yeah, you trying to figure it out.
All right, I'm bucking. It really don't know what I know, but they've never seen it before. So that's why I went so long with not having to pay. So I want to say that was one of my very first classes. I remember going on social media and saying, I ain't paid rent since April. At this time, it was like 7 months before that.
Yeah.
All right, so I literally took that information and came to Florida, man. I literally got a spot in Florida, Fort Lauderdale. I'm not there now. I moved, got a better spot.
Yeah.
So I literally moved to Florida. The rent was $4,500 a month. So I went from South Carolina, the rent being $800 a month.
Oh shit! You like now I'm gonna upgrade.
Man,
this shit. Okay.
what? I'm like, I'm about to go use this in Florida.
Yeah,
for sure. So I came to Florida. I applied. I remember giving them $3,000 to move in.
Yeah.
And then right after that, I did all my paperwork. Meaning I started sending my security interest. I didn't wait. I literally the first
Instantly.
month. Soon as I moved in, I gave them that first move-in money, and then sent them my documents. All right, I didn't know. I probably shouldn't say his name, but I didn't know this building was owned by somebody. I didn't know that. I didn't know at the time. Meaning big real estate person. All right, but as I'm learning, I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know this was owned by. All right, cool. So I found out the legal team. I sent my documentations out. All right, so they took me to eviction. All right, so again, I'm coming off a win.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I just beat South Carolina. I'm good. I'm in Florida.
Right.
Not knowing Florida's laws a little bit different.
You're about to miss everything. The biggest games, wildest fights, and hottest drops. Unless you're locked in with Wirefire. Thousands of live channels, sports, movies, chick flicks, all in one place. More titles than 4 of the top streaming services combined. All for less and 0 ads. Football season's coming. Don't be that guy scrambling for streams every Sunday. You get every game, every play right here. Missing something? Hit up our Discord and request it. No extra cost. We get it up fast. No bootlegs, no annoying Arab subtitles, just clean, sharp, high-definition streams. Watch anywhere. Phone, tablet, laptop, smart TV, everything but Roku. $25 a month gets you 2 devices. Need more? Up to 6 for $45. Still not sold? $5 gets you a 5-day trial. Setups instant. Full instructions sent by email. Need instant help and tech support? Our Discord has real-time assistance from a real person. Here's the deal. You're either plugged into Wirefire or stuck paying for garbage cable and half-ass streaming apps. Your move.
Yeah, this is where the sneaky people at. Florida,
Man,
they be on that type shit now.
Sure.
Come on now.
It's something called court registry. Meaning in Florida, when you're going through eviction, you can't just not pay the courts. You have to literally pay them for them to even hear your defense.
Got you.
And that's why Florida has a 98% eviction rate. I didn't know this until I'm well inside the eviction.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, damn, okay, I got to actually put in, what was it? I wanted to put in $8,000 to put in, all right, because I was 2 months, because they started doing eviction 2 months, so I had to put in 2 months worth of payments to the court registry.
And that's $4,000 a month.
It was 4,000 months, so I had to put in 8,000 because I was 2 months behind.
Okay.
All right, so their eviction paper said he's 2 months behind because he only gave, no, my bad, 3. So I gave him the first move in, and then I went 3 months.
First month, then 2 months in a row.
Exactly.
2 months, they send that paperwork.
Man, what?
Yeah,
So,
they quick.
So when they did that, I tried to say, no, I did my performance, but I did not read the documents all the way.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm saying I was learning now as I was kind of understanding, like different states are a little different. So the courts was telling me, hey, you have to put in $8,000 for us to even hear your side of the case. Again, I ignored it. I was like, man, I'm about to just defend myself.
For sure.
All right, but the courts wouldn't even hear me unless I put this money in. All right, so I put the money in. As soon as I put the money in, that's when they heard my case, like heard my defense.
Yeah.
All right, and it was kind of crazy. I was like, damn, what if I didn't have that? You know what I'm
That's
saying?
how most people go. I mean, that's what juries and lawyers and stuff like that. You ain't got no good lawyer. The jury ain't gonna listen to you. The judge ain't gonna listen to you.
For sure.
If you got that, you know what I'm saying, what is that, public defender?
For sure.
You gotta have the money.
For sure, but
shout out
you know,
to Diddy, nigga, he got the money to fight, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Was named Brian Steele.
Come on, champ. Back to back.
Hey, I defend myself. They literally let me know, okay, our next hearing was like a month later. All right, I literally get a hearing. All right, so the companies literally let me know, like, hey, we see that you put the money into the court registry. What's the issue?
The apartment people?
The apartment building. So
they know you hip now.
They understand, like, well, why is he paying them instead of just paying the rent?
Right.
Because they don't understand my documentation was showing them I was trying to perform. It wasn't about the money. It was about me enforcing my rights. And I was trying to tell them, but understanding how I look,
right.
You know what I'm saying, and saying what I'm saying, like they wasn't, you know, we'll go to our attorneys.
For
you know
sure.
So we're gonna have our attorneys.
He ain't got it like that. He
Man, so we get to court. All right, I place my defense. The judge literally forces us to mediation. It's called motion to mediate. If y'all ever was in eviction or ever getting any type of civil situation and the judge motions y'all to mediation, it's like an arbitration.
For sure.
Arbitration is basically both parties meet outside and try to come to a deal. That's it.
That's
all right.
all it
So
is.
basically, the judge was like, "Okay, you got a defense. Y'all got a claim, and y'all settle this outside. And if y'all don't come to nothing, come back to me."
Right.
So, but basically what happened was, so we went to mediation. All right, so I'm nervous as hell. All right, because this is my first time. I didn't know what mediation was.
Of course. Oh, damn.
Because again, I'm coming off South Carolina when I didn't have to do none of that.
We finished that story too, because I don't know what happened in South Carolina. So it's all right. Come on.
Yeah. Well, South Carolina, I moved from the community. It's 800. This was the hood.
800, yeah.
Yeah, this was the hood. I was never eight months without paying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So literally, when I got approved for Florida, I packed all my stuff and left.
Just left?
Yes.
Okay, got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Easily South Carolina. If you ever win, y'all that know, shout out to Easily.
Yeah, that sounds like fucked up place. Shout out to all that South Carolina, but that's like some bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying?
Good people, but different lifestyle.
For sure.
Different
God bless
lifestyle. So that's what took me to Florida.
Okay.
All right. So again, I put the money down to move in,
Yep.
then started bucking those
Yeah,
2
I got
months.
you. From the
All
rip.
right. So now we in court. The judge tells us to go to mediation. Judge tells us to go to mediation. I defend myself in mediation. We literally on the call. It's FaceTime, so I'm in draws with a suit on.
Yeah, with the goddamn up and down.
Yeah. I'm talking to him. I'm nervous as hell. But one thing I would definitely tell people, when you're nervous, just listen.
Yeah.
Just let things come to you. You don't gotta You know what I'm saying? Because one thing I can definitely say, I listened to everything their lawyer said. And then after she got done, because she was telling me all this fear mongering, she was always saying, "No judge is gonna take your side. This is some YouTube stuff.
Yep.
You're not gonna win."
Yeah.
And if I didn't know anything, man, I would have been scared. I was
tapped out.
nervous.
Yeah.
You feel me? But I'm a competitor at the end of the day.
That's tough.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, like, okay, let me ask you a question, man. Are you my lawyer or are you their lawyer? And it's like all her energy, like, literally sucked out of her. Like, she didn't have no more energy, no more. Because she literally said, "I'm not your lawyer, I'm their lawyer." I said, "So why are you giving me legal advice?"
Right.
And it got quiet. And that's when I said, well, if I'm wrong, I'd rather the judge tell me I'm wrong. You're not my attorney, so why would I just hear you? All right, you're doing an amazing job. This is literally what I'm telling her. I say, you're doing an amazing job, but I got a job to do too.
Yeah.
All right, I got to defend my estate, and you got to defend your client. All right, and that's why we need the judge. All right, so there is no deal here. All right, because arbitration is deal or no deal. It's not a lose or win.
Simple as that.
You know what I'm saying? So once she heard that, she said, okay, well, we'll just move forward. All right. So in my mind, I'm like, damn, what if a judge don't pick this case?
Of course. Because you pump fake on her and she goddamn stood on the ground.
And then my case got leaked. At this time, people saying I'm a scammer and things like that. So my whole case getting leaked. So everybody watching this like ESPN, like, his motion just got denied. He about to get even. You see what I'm saying? So I'm literally, that really gave me more amp. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, what? That made me kind of perform for real because, like, okay, I got
Mamba mentality.
I got a crowd now. You know what I'm saying? So we go. I literally get a hearing. We literally get a court date, which what I wanted. Because remember, she said I wouldn't get one.
Of course.
All right. So I get a court date. We had court like 2 weeks later. All right. I got my chef in the kitchen. She my witness. All right. I get a phone call. I'm getting ready for court because that started at 2. They call me at 12 o'clock. And say, can you come down for a conversation?
Yeah.
All right, we want to talk about a settlement.
The lawyers?
The lawyers.
Okay.
I come downstairs. All right, thinking they about to settle, meaning for me first. Like, I'm winning. Like, okay, I'm feeling good.
Of
like,
course.
Okay.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah. So she tells me, how about this? Because remember the money I put in the court registry.
Yep.
All right.
The 8,000, yep.
Winner takes all. That's what Florida does.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, meaning that money that I put in there was for basically putting the money up, meaning whoever wins the case gets the money. You see what I'm saying?
I thought it was just paid just to get in the game.
No, that's to put the money up. That's in question.
That's in a pot.
Yes, it's in a pot. It don't go to them.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they want to tell me, well, he got the money in the court registry. All he got to do is release it, and we don't got to go through
And
this.
he already caught up.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I go down there. They tell me, how about this? You just release the money to us, and we sign a new lease. I'm like confused as hell. I'm like, what?
I'm back to zero. I did that.
Yeah, I did. We just have a conversation 2 weeks ago about I would rather hear from the judge tell me I'm wrong.
Right.
All right, so I get up on my seat. I'm like, y'all, I see y'all at court. Like, she tell me, I said, wait. Literally, y'all, this is like some movie because nobody could prep me for this. I didn't have no mentors telling me how to talk.
Did
to
it from the seat,
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I turn around and say, what's going on, y'all? Because we got court at 2. All right, I'm fully prepared for going with the court saying no. And if the judge says no, the money will be released to you.
Yeah.
I don't see why y'all won't wait on that.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying? So that made me,
that
made me think like, yo, listen, I'd rather see y'all in court. Then they changed their whole tune right there and right there. So that's when I started understanding negotiations. They tried to throw me a curveball first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But just to see, is he really gonna go all the way through with this? So I got up, started walking out. That's when they said, hold on, okay, listen. How about we do this? We just signed a new lease. And I asked them, because remember, I got everybody looking at my case.
Yeah. The world looking at it.
Yeah, it's a certain guy on YouTube. I ain't gonna say his name. You know, he's talking about everybody. He had my case on. I'm like, oh, I love this because when they see me win.
Okay, yeah, them happens.
Man,
we all had those, yeah.
Yeah, so I tell them, long as the money is distributed to me, I'm good with signing a new lease.
Right.
Because that shows who won.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Because why would the money come back to me if I lost? All right, and after they agreed to that, man, I didn't have to go to court at 2 o'clock. All right, I was nervous. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I was like, damn it, they trying to switch-roo me. Do I still need to go to court?
Oh, that's true.
You see what I'm saying? Do I still need to go? Because they like, no, you don't need to go. We'll send in. So I'm like twiddling my thumb, like, but I did see them do what they said they was gonna do.
Because they got to do it. The lawyer must, you know what I'm saying? They got to serve this. They got to live by their laws, they say.
But remember, it wasn't just $8,000 in no more.
Right.
All right, because months had went by. So every month I had to put money in. So it totaled to be $17,500. So $17,500.
So about 4 months. Yeah.
It's about 4 months.
Almost
so that $17,000 came back to me. All right. As soon as I got that, I put on my page and said, I told y'all this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like no one held my hand, man. I was literally in the boots to ground, like seeing how this goes. It was again, I was nervous, but it was no fear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even before games, like, yeah, you nervous, but you ain't scared to go out there and
we're going to do what we do.
So, yeah,
prepare for this.
You know what I'm saying?
Study.
So that's why I won with that one. You know what I'm saying? Like and people came and thought I was lost because my emotions were getting denied.
Yeah.
But you have to understand the whole case. The case is not over. Even if it says default judgment, guess what? You can do an appeal. And a lot of people don't know that. You have 60 days to do an appeal.
Of a default judgment.
On a default judgment. That's like after they say, okay, you shall pay this.
It's over.
You think it's over and say, okay, appeal.
60 days.
Exactly, because now, I don't want to wait 60 days. I want to get on quick as possible.
Yeah, appeal right away, but you got 60 days to appeal.
For sure, because now that case goes to the higher courts.
Right.
All right, now a higher judge views the lower just like a big brother looking at the little brother paperwork. Little brother paperwork messed up sometimes.
All the time.
All the time. All right, that's why the higher courts a lot of times overturn those lower case rulings.
Yes, they do.
But a lot of people don't fight it.
It's true. They just cave in.
Yeah, for sure. So literally that would bring me to Florida, man. Like literally, that's how I've been living.
And how did that transaction after that? Because you got those 4 months that you got your money back for. So how long was the lease? A year?
Lease was a year and a half. We wouldn't even remember. We was fresh in the lease.
Yeah, you walked right into it and started this shit.
So they literally had to sign a whole new lease.
Okay, and how did that new lease go?
All right, now under these we got non-disclosures under that one.
Okay.
But, we got non-disclosures, but everything turned out well. I would say everything
she's still smiling. She got the motherfucking goddamn Pee Wee Herman suit on, so motherfucker went out to your favor.
For sure. And the thing is, and it's not something that we beat our chest on.
Right.
It's something like this is what we were supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
It's normal now. Like, it's not supposed to be like I'm breaking to my knees and crying, thank you, God, thank you. I got to still put the work in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I believe, but I was the one that was reading them long nights. You know, I was the one running down to the courthouse, sweating, bullets, like, can y'all set this? You know what I'm saying? I'm learning 2 different states' laws at the... nobody was there beside me. I was losing friends, family members.
Thought you was crazy, huh?
Man,
this nigga think he had got there. What's the motherfuckers that be I'm a sovereign. Thought you wanted them sovereign.
Man, that's why you a sovereign citizen? I'm like, no, that ain't me, man. I'm an informed individual.
Ooh, that's different.
You see what I'm saying? I'm an investor.
I like that.
That's how I go off of, because it's like you don't need to know every single inch and every integral part of what's going on. Just understand I'm an investor. I invest into corporations.
That's tough.
All right? A lot of people that go get cars are investors.
Yes.
A lot of people, we all investors.
Yes.
Anybody we the people, then that's what the Constitution talked about. It's literally
that's on the money.
Exactly. We the people of the Constitution. You got to think, we the people, that's the government names that we control. All right? Now, this is where understanding you are not the government name.
Okay.
All right? Because you have to understand, you can't go around and say, I'm the government name. No.
Yeah,
that's why a lot of us got nicknames. A lot of us got the hood nicknames, but when somebody say your government name, you get mad.
Yeah.
All right? Because that's for business purposes only.
Yeah, for sure.
You see what I'm saying? Because when I go to businesses, banks,
yeah,
they're not going to ask me my nickname. They're going to ask me,
okay,
what's your government name, or what's your business name,
right.
what's your... All right, and understanding the all caps name is a name that we're supposed to be acting on behalf of. All right, I'm gonna give another being. All right, as soon as we turn 18 years old, we were supposed to become the executors of our estates, not go to college, not get jobs. All right, not get thrown into the real world. All right, we was literally supposed to take over our estates. What is our estates? Remember that the birth certificate I was telling you about?
Yep.
We all got birth certificates. All right. Now a lot of us a lot of us look at the birth certificate like a bad thing. It's really not when you understand what's going on.
Yeah.
All right. Understand when you was born, 2 versions of you was created: the living you and the corporation you. All right. Always understand the corporation is always dead. That's why it needs a living owner or an agent to act on its behalf.
Right.
All right. Because Bank of America can't sue me. They need a what? An attorney.
Yes, they need somebody.
They need an agent. Exactly. So understanding that, as soon as I was born, and my corporation was born. If you ever look at your birth certificate, it's always a couple of days after you was actually born. The registration date.
Yeah.
Registration date is always later than the day you actually came out the womb. All right, because that's letting you know 2 yous have been created: the living you, the corporation you. All right, and when you turn 18, you're supposed to take that over, because until you turn 18, your parents, which are your guardians of your estate, is supposed to guide you and learn this information. Now, you got to understand, my parents didn't know this. Their parents didn't know this.
Of course not.
You know what I'm saying? So we're not give that information. We're given, go to college, get a good job.
Yeah.
We're not taught, hey, go read Cestui Que Vie Act of 1666 so it can tell you how to claim your estate.
What was that called again?
Cestui Que Vie Act of 1666. Literally came out in 1666. Now, when y'all read this, it's going to be read like Shakespeare.
It got to be
You know what I'm
Shakespearean
sayan?
by
Like,
that
he
time.
art thou.
Yeah, big
Yeah,
goddamn.
man, read that thing like 100
Edgar
times.
Allan Poe with the talk, you know what I'm saying?
What? Like all the laws of manners, but reading it over and over and over, and I started kind of understanding what they was talking about. They literally tell us from the age of 18 to the age of 25. How many years is that? 7, right?
Yeah.
All right. For the people that's in the credit world, all right, how many years do they say it takes for a debt to fall off?
7 years.
7 years, right? That's not true. It doesn't take 7 years for a debt to fall off. It takes 7 years for you to be counted as dead. If you don't say nothing for 7 years, you're dead on books.
Wow.
Now, a lot of people say, man, I ain't dead. I go to work. They know I'm ahead. No, they don't. Not on paper, they don't.
Yeah.
You're invisible. You're a ghost person. You know what I'm saying? So understanding, okay, now that I understand I got a corporation, as soon as I turn 18, if I don't say nothing by the time I'm 25, the state is going to count me as naturally dead. And y'all can read this for yourselves. Cestui Que Vie Act of 1666. This is like paragraph 2. It's only 3 paragraphs. It's not that long.
Ain't that much for you.
It ain't that long.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
only 3 paragraphs. In the second paragraph, it tells you if you don't claim, all right, you will be counted as naturally dead, meaning a corporation is coming on behalf of your estate and saying, hey, this person has not said nothing in 7 years. We're going to just hold it for him. We think he's lost at sea or naturally dead. And the courts is because they don't have no defense. Remember, in eviction, the same thing. If I don't put up no defense, what happened?
Yeah.
I get evicted.
Yeah, they can't
if I don't
wait.
put up no defense for my estate, what happens? I get evicted.
Yeah.
So we getting evicted out of our estate at the age of 25 years old. A lot of people that hasn't done this, meaning I'm not telling y'all to be scared or anything, meaning you need to start doing this.
Yeah,
because
pay attention.
until then, you're a dead person walking. This is the walking dead.
Yeah.
That's when I started learning, like, okay, everybody that don't know this, and literally 1% of people know this, and 1% of the 1% actually enforces it.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's really levels to it. And people ask me, why you ain't got 100 mansions, 100, y'all.
They gonna
it's like,
ask you
y'all
that now. They
family.
gonna-
I had to learn it first. We had to build.
just started, yeah.
Damn, you know. And again, it's not no just going and getting the car.
It's
you
a
gotta,
process.
Yes, you got to literally litigate. Ain't nobody just letting you walk in and just walk out.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I literally said, I don't even let them see my face, to be honest. Everything is through mail. All right, because if they see me, they start to judge me. And again, I can get them for discrimination, but I'm going to send them all my documentation through mail. All right, that way it starts my process early. All right, now them saying, sir, what is this? We don't accept this form of payment. I love when they say that. I love when they say no. I literally done create a process of building off them saying no.
Yeah.
My best scenario is when they say no.
Okay.
Because it gets me to the court faster. Because you
Right.
saying no, it's like reverse it. Imagine somebody, a landlord, saying, you paying rent? You're like, no, I ain't paying rent.
Yeah.
And you saying that 3 times.
Oh, they
no,
gonna
I
send your
ain't-
ass up,
See
yeah.
what I'm saying? So I'm getting them the same way. It's basically they're saying, no, I'm not paying you your interest. That's how I'm hearing it from them.
For sure.
All right, so when I'm hearing that, I'm like, okay, cool. Now I got y'all for dishonor. All right, now I got y'all for breach of contract. Now I can go to court. So by the time I go to court, now their attorneys hit me, hey, let's talk about this.
Yeah, let's
because
mediate.
remember, all the way up to that point, they've been ignoring me.
Right.
But you gotta think, a lot of people get into that position and they don't know how to sue. So they get into these processes and learn the first part and think it's supposed to just go how it's supposed to go. It's supposed to be a yes.
Yeah.
And then they say, no, these people are scamming. They taking our money. This process isn't right. Trust and believe, family, this process is right. All right? It's literally rules and regulations. You got to learn the rules and regulations to your state codes. All right? Meaning Florida court rules and regulations might not be the same as South Carolina rules and regulations.
Yeah, no question.
You see what I'm saying? But not saying you can't apply the same rights because you have interest rights everywhere.
Yeah.
No state can say, no, we don't do that here. All right, but the way they might do things might be different. All right, so understanding that, court, understanding contracting. All right, I'm gonna tell y'all the biggest 3 things to learn.
Yeah, let's break it down.
Contracting, all right, learning the courts, and learning how to negotiate.
Okay, what's the part of contracting that's so important?
All right, part of contract is just understanding the basis of contract. Contract has 6 elements. All right, I'm trying to tell them off the top of my head. 6 elements of contract. You got acceptance. You have offer. Okay, you have consideration. All right, you have legality. I'm missing 2. Legality. I'll come back to the 2, but just understand there's 6 of them. It's 6 elements to contracts, meaning if those elements is there, you can apply breach of contract. All right, because if those elements aren't there, that means that's not a contract. Remember I told you if I go to the banks and say I gave y'all a security interest and they tell me no, you didn't.
Yeah, of course.
I can literally say, well, so are you saying I didn't give you consideration?
Yeah.
They're going to say, well, what are you talking about? No, you didn't give us consideration. Well, we don't have a contract then.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, because consideration means value. A lot of us get denied from credit, and we literally don't even read the decline letter. These people are literally telling us, thank you for your consideration.
Mm-hmm.
But we hearing it like a gesture. Yeah, we hearing it like a thank you gesture instead of hearing thank you for your value. But unfortunately, we're going to not let you have any parts of your value. That's basically what they're saying. All right, they're literally, it's highway, I can't even say it's robbery, y'all, because it's like donations we giving to them. They're literally giving us letters and saying, hey, I'm taking this. Hey, you're going to allow it, right? Yeah. And we're signing it.
Why isn't this, I mean, it's probably, I just have to ask this, why isn't this explained to everybody right away? Like, through school or through TV or something, like, why is this that we have this secured interest and we never know about it?
I think it's levels to it. I think because I used to beat up public schools too, like they ain't teaching nothing, they ain't teaching.
For sure.
I used the same thing, but then I look back at it, man. If it wasn't for public schools, who was gonna teach me how to read? Yeah. Who's gonna teach me how to count? You know, my dad was working. Yeah. You know, my mom was doing working. So who was gonna be home teaching me how to read? You know what I'm saying? Like, again, that was just my thoughts. Like, damn, I gotta look back. My comprehension came from public school.
No question.
You know, reading the Constitution came from public school.
Yes, sir. All
right, now this type of information, because this is a private administrative process, this is in private schools. Oh. You see what I'm saying? Like, I definitely feel like those higher upper echelon schools, for sure.
Especially the Jewish, mama, they know.
For sure.
They already know that,
sure.
Don't you think?
Think about it. They always get the Jews for lawyers.
For sure. And they're the bankers, too.
Exactly, because they understand security interests. That's really just information, man. It's not even got nothing to do with having all the money. It's just understanding being.
They're using that information. I guarantee they know that's what you're telling me.
And
no question about it.
This is why I learned how the Rothschilds got so big.
Of course.
We thought they was just stealing shit, ripping shit. No.
Yeah.
The very first Rothschild, all right, literally was poor and broke as hell. Literally was coin changer. Yeah. Coin trader, I mean. All right, so literally in Germany, all right, living in the ghettos, trading coins. He was the only one that understood this information, understood trading. So he basically get a position of they needed him around because you knew more than what we knew. So basically he got drafted by the prince, meaning to be his right-hand man because, you poor, but you know this number's over here. Yeah. So that's how he literally made his moves around, literally got this understanding from connections. It wasn't from stealing. It was literally from understanding banking.
Information.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what it's always been. And when you understand banking, it's like you're not worrying about jobs. You're not worried about income. You know, you're not worried about a bill. Right. Because when you understand the security interest, you understand, okay, cool, I can leverage this. And if they don't let me leverage this, this is security fraud. And I know that I have to know how to sue for security fraud.
Yeah, you got to know that.
Got to.
Yeah, because speaking of I think it was Rothschilds or the Bilderbergs, whatever it was a guy in Malibu that died. Like, and they went to his house. Said he must have had every single car in there. And no one knew him. Like, he never was talking to nobody. He ended up dying because I guess the smoke, whatever, in his crib. He never talked to nobody, nothing like that. Thought it was a regular house. They go in his house. He had, like, I'm saying like 20 cars in there, all type of bread. There's an old motherfucker in there chilling. Come to find out he was a ancestor or whatever it is of the Rothschilds. Just right there in the cut on a cool. Like, it's what I'm saying. So these people are hidden right amongst us.
Yeah, for sure.
That you wouldn't even know unless you got that information, unless you networking and they give it to you. So these people are here. There's no question about it.
I heard Warren Buffett say this.
Yeah.
Warren Buffett said, every debt he turns it into a credit.
Of course he does.
When he said that, I didn't know what he was saying, but now I know exactly.
Now you know exactly what he's saying.
Because the public debt, yeah, there's a public debt, but there's a private credit. You have to accept the public debt to use the private credit. When we don't accept the public debt, when we go pay the public debt,
yeah,
that's an issue. Like, that's not.
So that's why he don't be tripping and have his money just sitting in the stock, the slow money, because he know that the one that he really getting the bag from is over here. And so he playing with this.
Yes, for sure. Now all you gotta remember, everything is digital. Everything is credit. It ain't like he's got 300 billion pieces of paper stacked. Like, it's all on
keep
credit.
It like that. Yeah,
yeah, that's it. Just trading books.
Yeah, I don't want to touch it. It's right there.
Trading books.
Damn. Because I saw another guy too talk about insurance. I got into that too when I first got a good amount of money, and I was figuring it out on the fly though, because I heard about it and I went and did it. Like, if you put a large amount of money in your insurance, you could borrow against your insurance like your own bank.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, or you could put a whole bunch in there and you get your interest every month. You know what I'm saying? For you, I think it's like the magic number is 10 million, then it's 25 million. That if you do that, you basically get 100,000 a month rest of your damn life. You get to 25 million, it's like 200 something.
Now ask yourself this: who's the one that's creating the threshold?
Right.
Because they're the one. If the account managers, meaning the banks, is the one saying, or the insurance company, is saying, "Oh, well, you will get 100,000 a month." What are they getting? What are they holding? What's the escrow?
So so if they can hold your money and give you this interest off top, so what are they making though?
Man, for sure.
Because they'll tell you, okay, this makes 8% a year. Okay, so that's my money making. What the fuck are you making though?
Exactly, and they're not going to tell you because we have this thing is called bank secrets. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you don't ask, they don't tell. Now, they got to give you disclosures, but if you don't ask, it's like it's like out of sight, out of mind. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to tell you this. I have a client, literally was in the military.
Yeah.
He got his retirement. He was only getting like, I want to say 60% of his retirement. Because if anybody didn't understand about retiring in the military, you know, sometimes they dock it depending on what you done did in the military. You only get a certain percentage of your retirement. I'm like, what? Like, that don't even sound right.
That sounds disrespectful.
All right, literally, we went and claimed his full 100% retirement, and that's what he's getting now.
Tough.
All right, because again, how do we do it? We claimed his security interest. Remember, the banks or the retirement companies or anyone, the insurance companies, they're acting like the creditors. They're acting like the ones that's got the money. If you don't say nothing, it's like giving somebody your money and you leave out of town. Yeah. They gonna ball. You don't act like they
my money
until you come back and say, all right,
driving your car around there. That's my car.
Exactly, but that's not. We're not doing that.
No, we ain't doing
that's
that.
the issue.
Yeah.
That's the big issue.
Wow, that, like I said, it's information that's right in front of our faces. We just never read it or never looked at it. Yeah. So for you to pull it out here, it's like, man, this is what they need to know, because we have access to this. We have the information now, and we got the go-to guy, man. How can I get in contact with you?
All right, I'm at Mansa Mahatha 888 on Instagram. Okay, on YouTube, you can find me at Hood Consumer Advisor. All right, now for those that's hearing that word hood, don't think it's ratchet, don't think it's ghetto. Again, it stands for helping ourselves overcome debt. All right, because when we can overcome debt, we can start learning credit. All right, not credit scores, not leveraging a credit score, credit report. We're leveraging security interests.
Crazy.
All right, different level. All right, but you can find me there. Some of the service that we have, we literally help folks with their mortgages, with their car contracts, help build trust. All right, and literally we have mentorships. Again, we don't want to be a company that just does it for people.
Yeah.
All right, we want to actually show you the documents we're using. All right, so you can go teach your family, because we don't want you to come back. Okay, I got a house. All right, let me get a car now. All right, let me get it. Like, no, you got the recipe. You do it for you.
Yeah.
All right, now because your family gonna listen to you before they listen to me.
For sure.
You know,
they could build off that.
Man, for sure. They see me, they call scammer, he talks to you, know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much. I'd rather work with you. You be the pioneer of your family.
Don't keep passing me on, brother. I got to break this barrier down every single time.
Sure.
But I broke it with you, you break with them, because they can't trust in you. Nah, that's dope, though. And I see you be like doing seminars, you be doing your Zooms online and everything like that, too. So you really hands-on with it.
For sure.
And you've been doing it for how long?
I've been doing it for 5 years now. My very first class we did in Miami, it was 281 people.
crazy.
You know, so it was crazy having people come from Canada. And again, I didn't realize how big it was. You know, I'm just coming in, like, I'm thinking people in Florida come. It's people coming from California, people come from Missouri, Seattle. So I remember being in the class, say, hey, everybody raise your hand if you from a different state. Call your states out. We had at least 35 different states in there.
That's tough.
You know what I'm saying? And it had Canada, so we literally international. You know, having people from UK call us and ask us, hey, can we do these laws over here? And I try to tell them, like, hold on now. We got our Constitution is ours, but they have a Constitution too. The crazy thing is, this is a global thing.
They all in on it, man.
It's a one world order. That's what it is.
Come on, man.
Man, I started saying, I was like, man, this stuff ain't scary.
They meet up. They do it. The World Summits, the Bohemian Groves and all that. Why are y'all together?
The UK has a bill of exchange. Australia has a bill of exchange. Different countries in Africa has a bill of exchange.
No question about it.
Man,
it's there, you know, and it's like, we see it, we hear it, but they want us slow, they want us dumb.
Yeah.
That's why they got you sugared up, they got you drugged up,
sure.
they got you wrapped up. Sure. You know what I'm saying? They got you Instagrammed up, they got you, you know what I mean? iRobot up. They turn it up to keep, because you got to think about it, right? The smarter we got with credit and learning all this shit, all of a sudden we got so many distractions now.
For sure.
You think they been didn't have all these accesses to distract us? They seen us turning up, getting smarter. Let me throw some more shit in there and make them dumber.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
About that.
Let me put ChatGPT, put the robots, just get TikTok out. Now just get you everywhere. Because
yeah,
y'all get a little too smart, especially you blacks. So,
man.
You niggas turned up a little too fast.
People learning credit. People learning.
You see what I'm saying? They ain't selling the drugs no more. Oh, shit. And then the drugs that the white folks been on, that's turning up. The meth and the pills. Niggas ain't smoking crack no more. Niggas ain't selling kilos no more.
You want me to tell them how I beat my case?
We want to hear it, brother.
All right, I had a distribution of marijuana charge and a loaded pistol charge.
Okay.
All right, literally.
Even that too. Now the weed, you can smoke weed now. Watch your high. But go ahead, man.
So I'm in South Carolina at the time. At the time, I didn't have no tags on my cars. I was one of them people like, man, I don't need no tag to travel. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry.
All right, so I get pulled over, and mother of my kid with me at the time. I get pulled over. At the time, I have a quarter pound of weed on me, loaded pistols in the car. Now in my mind, it's not for sale. You know, it's personal. You know, so
always.
but I get pulled
personal
over.
and protection.
Yeah,
both.
for sure. So, but the cop pulled me over. He smelled the marijuana. I let him know to get his supervisor. Supervisor comes, basically confirms what the cop was saying. So as I get out, I understand that they have body cams.
Of course.
Okay. Because when I tell y'all a story, y'all might not believe, and I got validation because I recorded it.
Come on, champ.
All right, so literally, I get taken out the car. I tell all the officers to come forward. All right, you know, they was on. I tell them to come forward because I need their cameras on me.
Yeah,
I need to let them know, like, hey, I don't consent to any searches or seizures. All right, I haven't committed no crimes. All right, so basically let them know before they search my car.
Yes.
I know they about to tear my car up.
Can't wait.
All right, so as soon as they start searching and stuff, you know, they pulling everything out, putting it on the top of the car, like, oh, what do we have here? You know, Party time. All right, so putting it on the top of the car. Put me in handcuffs. He said, so you want to talk about this? I said, well, I already told you that I don't consent to any search or seizures. All right, so any exhibits that you pulling out the car, I have no knowledge of. All right, because I'm not a part of this right now. I've literally excluded myself.
For the whole situation.
You see, by law, you see what I'm saying? But not physically, you know what I'm saying? But by law, like, listen, I'm not a part of this, meaning anything you find, I have no understanding of it.
I gave you no, that's it.
All right, so he thought I was a smart ass. So he said, you want to be a smart ass? You want to have court right here? I said, yeah, I do. I never heard a cop say this before. The supervisor, he said, so let's have court right here. He said, what is this right here? He said, that's why I told him, I said, well, if this comes from the initial stop that I did not consent to, I have no understanding. He put that to the side. He pulls the gun. What is this? Yeah. I tell him again, if that's just like Exhibit A, I'm talking to him like a lawyer right now. Yeah. Just like Exhibit A, this
you
Exhibit
had the suit
B.
on or no?
Yeah, no, I didn't have no suit, man. No, man, I'm talking about, I had nothing. No, I'm talking about ratchet. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm letting them know that I didn't consent to anything, right? So he puts it on the dash, all right? He put basically everything on top of the car, all right? Literally put me in handcuffs. He puts me behind the car. I'm telling my kids, Mom, hey, don't bail me out because I'm going to go all the way, all right? Meaning because I'm going to fight this, all right? Because I understand what's going on. All right, something told me when I got into the car, all right, because I don't watch a lot of bad boy cops and shit.
The best
they
show.
be, you know, when they get in the back of the car, people be talking, crying and shit. Yeah. And I learned, like, wait a minute, there's a microphone here. Yep. You know what I'm saying? This got to be hooked up to their police department, you know what I'm saying, headquarters. So I get in there and say, I start screaming at the top of my lungs, man. I start getting chills and I start saying this shit, man. I start saying, I'm not doing business with the state of South Carolina. I'm not doing business with the city of Charleston. That's where I was at. All right, and this is a kidnapping of a natural living person. You know, it's a lot of sovereign things.
Yeah, the
all
sovereign
right,
talk.
after I got done talking, man, I sat back. All right, and I seen the police officer got a phone call. He pulled out a flip phone. I was like, what the hell? Pull out a flip phone, get on the phone.
Men in Black phone.
Yeah, and they say, start talking. Okay. He tells the officer that's standing beside my door, hey, let him out. He's not going. That's all I remember him saying. He's not going. He's not going. And I remember, y'all, he just found a quarter pound of weed,
a gun,
loaded pistol.
and you in the South with
you know
pure
what I'm
whites,
saying?
yeah.
In South Carolina.
Whoa.
All right, so he comes back around, opens the door. All right, now this is a situation. Every time I get put in the car, I always go. It ain't never been a time where I got put back there, they opened the door and let me out.
Yeah.
That ain't never happened. So he opened the door, I'm confused as hell. All right, he turned around, he say, I want you to know something. We're not letting you go because of the things you said. Just know that. That's all he said. You know, again, I'm a hothead. You know what I'm saying, at the time for sure. But something just told me, hey man, don't say nothing.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't even time to be right now. You know what I'm
Time to
saying?
make it home.
Man, for sure. I got up, man. He unhandcuffed me, man. They took all my gun, took my weed and shit like that. But man, I got in that car. Me and my kid mama drove off. We didn't say nothing for like 20 minutes. We still had 3 hours to go to get home.
For sure.
Because I was in Greenville, South Carolina at the time. So we drive, man. Like, I'm gonna say about 20 minutes went by. We finally like broke the silence. Like, yo, what the fuck just happened?
Right.
Because I ain't never been in a like, and she ain't never seen nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I literally, this like, you would have thought I was on some snitch shit.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
You would have thought I was a snitch, bro.
Like,
I'm
how
trying
you
to
get
tell
out,
you, man. What?
Watch him for the next 2 weeks, man.
I started telling people, not realizing what I was telling them. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, damn. And again, I never went back on that case because this was my heyday. I didn't understand nothing.
Right.
They literally let me go on about my way. I had no tags on my car, man.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? They pulled me over in the heart of College of Charleston. I didn't even know I was there. It was like late at night. All right, literally went on about my way. And again, I don't know if it was because I held it down, like meaning I don't consent to no searches and seizures.
Right.
And I already let them know off the man.
Then I got something on them already.
Man, whoever called them.
Yeah.
And said, hey, he's not going to let him out. Man, I wish I could see that officer and just ask him, man, like, what happened? Like, what was that call? Because I was in the moment of mute, man. It's like something came over me. Like, when he opened that door, I was so damn quiet. Remember, I was loudmouth before I got in there.
Yeah.
When he opened that door, I'm like, yo, what's... He
This
said,
actually
but he
work.
made sure he's telling me, hey, listen, we not letting you go because of things you were saying. He made sure to tell
So that
me
means he let you go for the things you
Man,
said.
But I didn't fight him on it, you know what I'm saying?
They just accepted the data.
Man, I just got up, he handcuffed me, got me to my car, and I drove off. Man, I kept thinking like, damn, they gonna pull me over again? Like, what's about to go down? That's why I was quiet for 20 minutes.
Goddamn mega average ass.
Yeah, man, we like, man, let's get the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So 20 minutes went by, we get on like
Mississippi
main
burning,
road.
whatever that was, yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
She told me, man, what the fuck just happened? I said, man, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know what came over me. That's why I said, like, when you were saying one of the ones, man, I definitely feel like I'm one of the ones in this,
that's no question.
industry for sure.
Especially with the game you given. I never heard it, and I've heard a lot, and I've seen a lot. And this financial literacy, I mean, just human being entry, this security interests, what you're giving to the people, never been heard before in my era. So I'm glad that you contacted me, and I'm glad I could get this to this people. Once again, how can I get in contact you? All the links will be below in the description, so make sure y'all listening and make sure y'all click below and hit this man up ASAP.
Okay, the fastest way to hit me is on Instagram, family. My Instagram handle is Mansa Mahatha 888. All right, Mansa Mahatha 888. That's on Instagram. On YouTube, you can find me at Hood Consumer Advisor. All right, Hood Consumer Advisor. That's my YouTube page. For any services, please go to my Instagram. All right, shoot me a DM if you need some help with your mortgage, you need some help with your car contract, student loans, some cases. All right, I don't give legal advice, but I do give lawful awareness.
Ooh,
see what I'm saying? It's
sprinkle,
levels
sprinkle.
to it. You see
Come
what I'm
on
saying?
now,
For
'cause you
sure.
kept that, you went on, sealed that
For
thing up.
sure.
You didn't leave a little dangle on the side. They try to catch you with the dangle. Like, oh, you know, nah, I ain't giving you legal advice now. I'm giving you legal awareness.
Advice, for sure.
It's a difference here.
It's a big difference.
Bucko. But yeah, man, you already know what it is, man. It's the organic one. Organically speaking, one of the ones. Make sure you believe in yourself like you believe in God. Never give up, never give a fuck. Remember, it's S.R.T.F. From the seed to the root, to the tree to the fruit, we're going to keep it organic, just like a planet. Plant a seed today. That seed could be physical. That seed could be mental, or it could be spiritual, or it could be financial. Whatever it is, make sure you harvest your crops at the highest level. Give it the best nutrients. You hear me? Don't put no GMO in your motherfucking growth. That's how we're going to grow. This Mr. Organic, we up out of here, man.